Flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everybody. Morning. I will call the meeting to order. We have a quorum. I will take a motion to approve the agenda and the minutes. So, second. I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
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 Yeah.
Opposed?
Sorry, I'm trying to multitask in my brain this morning.
okay.
It's not working.
Motion carries. Rich, county engineer.
All right, so. Our Thrush Avenue project's been painted. Rumble strip, that was done. This morning, well, I got a call last week, they found an opening for the hold in place recycle, they just started this morning in Thrush North.
Sure.
They go from Thrush North now, and then they're gonna do 3. I didn't know last week what they were gonna do, but they're up on Thrush now. When they get done, I think they're gonna run 390, so we're getting right on these and they'll be done. Before harvest, hopefully for sure, so.
Good.
Yeah, I was pretty happy to hear that.
They shouldered everything on Thrush.
Yep, shouldered and painted. Thrush.
That was all completely done.
Yep.
Perfect.
This week, since the heat, I'm allowing the guys to go 6 to 2:30.
Okay.
On this for this week for starts out. And so we'll do that for this week. I got my truck Friday. And we found another one for RC. We might go down Friday and use that one. Kimberly did a good job negotiating. They didn't want to go down and say, well, I'm only authorized for this month. Oh, okay, we'll do that. So good for her. Kudos to her for doing that. Other than that, I know I've got some staffing things to do and working on some floodplain things. In the meantime, I know I've got projects in the queue. I'll start working on for next year already. That and then and at the end of the board started. And just a quick update too, like I told you guys maybe before the meeting, that I got some floodplain stuff that I'm trying to figure out, so it's gonna take a little time for me to stumble through it, but hopefully we get it done and get it right.
Yeah, that's something we're gonna discuss too, and figure out a solution for who to put into that spot. How much, yeah, I mean, you're that tape.
Depends on how many applications you get. I don't even remember what, how. I know we got a stipend for it. I don't know how much it was, but there is some coordination, I think. I'm looking around to see if there's some training. There's gotta be a way to make sure, cause I wanna make sure I'm doing it right, cause you're working for DNR and everything else. Just to make sure that everything's covered so that we don't lose the opportunity for the public. So yeah, the reason we have to have it, or the reason we wanna have it and have it is because. Anybody that builds in a flood prone area wants to probably be able to get insurance, flood insurance, and if we don't have a program. Then they can't get that, so that's why we have one. So,
Now, do we have to do it just for the unincorporated areas, or do we have to take care of the cities too?
I've seen some, I think,
And maybe you don't know that.
I'm not positive, I've been looking through some of the files that Al kept. And I know when the city did their wastewater stuff, that was, I mean, that ended up being out in the rural area, I didn't see anything for. For the in-town stuff, but that I don't have an answer for yet. I really need to get some time to sit down and do a little bit more research. I watched some videos last week. They looked like they were training videos, but a lot of it was kind of good.
Can you talk to the Mitchell County, or are you the Mitchell County?
No, I haven't had a chance to talk to her yet. It took me a while. We have a lot of our stuff on the web. What we don't have is I don't think I see any floodplain coordination stuff on our website. That we need to put it on there because I know Mitchell County and a lot of other counties, they have the ordinance, the policy, the application and who to contact all on the website. We don't have that.
Don't we have a layer, we got a layer on Beacon though.
There's a layer on Beacon that shows the flood stuff. And that's all from, and I compared that to what FEMA has on their website. It must be the same layer, but
We just need the process.
it would be nice to have our ordinance and resolutions or whatever takes place, plus the application online. I did have to text Al on Friday and find out where he's got all this stuff. So I found the documents and stuff, and it appears that we charge We don't even tell them, I think there's $100 application fee that we have, but I didn't, there's nothing in the ordinance that I could read that said that we charge for it, so. But I think that's what I'm gonna stick with for now, and if it's wrong, it's wrong, but yeah, I'm just gonna go by what the precedent was set for. And then I don't know if the DNR even knows that we've changed coordinators yet, or have an interim, however you guys wanna call it, but. Probably should figure out whether it's gonna be interim or full. That way there's no more dinking around talking about it.
Yeah, we could probably. Put it with some sort of job description around here. And add it to somebody's workload, maybe. If it's not them, I mean, do you see an average of 5 hours a week? Or not even that?
I mean, I think it's just not even that.
You're lucky to see maybe 50 hours a year.
I mean, it depends on who's building what. I think every time somebody does something, it needs a DNR. The one I'm dealing with now is probably gonna need, they're gonna need to go to the DNR to get the base flood elevation. And then they have to, a lot of times it's submit to the DNR, the DNR will say, okay, well, you may need a local permit. And that's when we get involved, but they still come to us, and I kind of direct them in that way, but. They need to get the base flood elevations for where they're gonna build or where they're gonna work, so that they know.
So was Al our first coordinator?
I believe so, because I think we didn't adopt anything until 2012.
Oh, I'm out then.
Now work here for what, 35 years?
Do you think we have a resolution or something?
We do,
Yeah, did I find that already?
I went through, it's not, it's in the ordinances on the website, but it doesn't specifically, like, a lot of counties have a floodplain coordinator tab, like they have auditor, engineer, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes it's in planning and zoning, sometimes it's in, I don't know who else does it, but I know in Mitchell County, it's the planning and zoning, I think, that does the floodplain coordination too. And I'm not saying I won't do it, I just, if we're gonna do something, let's just do something. and get it done.
Somebody that should be able to handle,
It's
like
train somebody.
especially if you got full staff.
So for now, I
You gotta get through that application.
leave it here,
Yeah.
but we need to probably let the DNR know. I'll do some digging around and find out whether they have. I'll have them change the name on their contact information for now.
Okay.
Then I'll work with Sam to maybe get something on the website,
Okay.
so that people know where to go.
Yeah.
I don't think we get very many applications just by looking at the file.
No.
But anything that's being built. Usually when I think if you go through planning, of course, if we don't have everything zoned, then I don't know if some people even know. If they're building something, a new acre, if they're gonna build on an acreage, they gotta check to make sure they're not in a floodplain, and they would call the floodplain coordinator to find out. And if they're not in a floodplain, then it's not a big deal, but I know that the location that I'm working with now, part of the property is in a floodplain. I don't think they plan on building in it, but that's something that's gotta go through and be analyzed.
You gotta get established that they aren't in it.
Right, or just sit down and let them know what the things are, and I'm not there yet. I'll be meeting with them in about 45 minutes, so.
Okay.
I don't have anything else other than once, I know that with my vehicle before, it was shared purchase between the two counties, and I think Mitchell County was paying insurance, and the plates, I don't think they matter so much, but it was all from Mitchell County. I'm just gonna leave everything in one spot, so I'm not thinking around. I mean, we'll share the cost, but I mean, it's just, so I'm gonna, depending on how things go, I know I need to put some items on the truck to make it easy to get in and out of and protect it a little bit, so we'll have some expenses without fitting both my truck and RC's truck, but once they're outfitted, then they're done.
Good.
I'll try to be frugal.
We need running board.
Well, running boards, and I like to put mud flaps on things to keep the damage down from the gravel roads we're always running on, and I was looking at light bar mounts, and they want a third brake light mount. That's just as expensive as a back rack. Well, heck, I might as well put a back rack on it instead of a
Well-
unit this big that costs $400.
You start getting into a program where it's gonna end up out with the guys.
Yeah, then you might as well just have it
3, 4,
on.
5 years, whatever, may as well just get it, so it's ready to be,
Yep, just hand it down.
buy something else down the road, just to.
Exactly, so it might just be easier just to do that and
Yeah.
not hee-haw around about trying to make it look minimalized when you're gonna put it on anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I've got for you this morning.
You guys got anything else for him? Thank you, Rich. Drainage, I seen we had some drainage claims and warrants.
Motion to approve the drainage plan.
I'll say it.
I have a motion, a second, to approve the drainage claims. Is there any further discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, that motion carries. Claims. Is there a motion to approve the claims? I have a motion, a second, to approve the claims. Is there any further discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
Those
Aye.
are also some
Opposed,
payroll-
motion carries.
some payroll claims.
What's the group payroll plan?
I can second it.
I have a motion, a second, to approve the payroll claims. Is there any further discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries. I didn't see any liquor. Is there any liquor license? What's that?
Me,
There wasn't any fireworks, right?
no, definitely not. It's been a rough week already. We got payroll though, you don't payroll.
Oh,
Payroll eligibility.
You gotta send them, so.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I went the wrong way. So
Payroll eligibility.
it's your second.
Well, second.
I have a motion second to approve the payroll eligibility. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries.
Could really take that, just make it easier for you.
yeah, I should just be able to.
Keep the motions for them.
We're way too late.
Or we could actually have a decent room, I don't know, that people fit in, that'd be crazy.
You too.
Now we've got them all.
Yeah, we,
Next, what's that?
yeah, we,
Next one up is a 2080 agreement between the Manly Senior Citizen Center and Worth County, Iowa.
that's my tail ender.
That's the tail ender was for.
The last one?
We just didn't have the 2080 agreed.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
and she sent us an email. I sent an email here a couple months ago on it. So I will take them. The 2080 agreement is between Worth County and Manly, and it's $2,438. And it is supposed to be used to fund meals, nutritional education, and outreach to senior citizens. Is there a motion to approve the 2080 agreement?
Almost approve that 2080.
No, second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on that? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
And if you guys remember, that was because of our auditor.
Yep.
And,
Got them all covered then. Good.
well, but these all have dates on them
Right.
and we'll have to talk about that another day.
Okay.
That was the last one, though, like Mark said, right?
Mhm.
Okay. There's nothing new on the water system improvement project, is there?
No.
Have you got any feedback on water and sewer rates?
I'm gonna tell you, I did go out to get lunch on Friday and I saw the, water tower, the other water tower, and there's nothing on it about that either.
There is.
No. So he's gonna look at that and get back to you, right?
You just should go get it.
I didn't email him yet, but that's,
Okay.
Yeah, we need to fix that.
I mean, it's up higher, but you can still,
So, yeah, ladder would still get to, it. I mean, that's what they do, set a ladder up to it, then get on
Or boost a couple people up
it.
there.
Right.
yeah, you can pay him for my lunch now.
So, he was gonna look into the.
Yeah,
price of that.
no.
Yep,
send
get
him-
back to us.
I'll send him that
Can't be any
picture.
less, let's put it that way.
No, and we can't have him climbing up there.
No, that's liability.
Melissa, are you on with Winworth Betco? Yes.
Morning.
Good morning.
I guess the biggest thing I have is just that request for information that I sent like late on Friday. I have new interest in the interchange out there, and before he goes any further, he just wants a couple of things.
Sure.
Gotcha.
And that's all stuff I wouldn't have. I was just gonna email you back
Okay.
that that's state, and I don't know if we can get it or not. I'd have to find out.
Okay.
Cause
Yeah,
we
'cause
just get money. We just get quarterly money. I don't know if there's
So
any
that
kind
comes
of
from the-
reports or.
That comes from the state,
Mhm.
so the state gets it all,
I just get a receipt from Jake. Every quarter.
So,
says how much hotel motel tax came in.
Mhm.
Which is what you send out us that we see. Broke down
That's
into,
different.
well, that's different than
That's
this
the
one.
casino money.
No.
Oh, that too. I send that to you too.
Yep, you send that
Okay.
to it too, where it's broke down into
Yeah.
4 different entities.
Yeah, every quarter he sends us that report to see if the hotel business is up or down, basically,
Yeah,
and what's coming in, so.
yeah. Well, it's broke down into 5.
And
We're the fifth
where,
one on there.
where the money's get going.
That's right, so. Melissa, would that help if she got that?
Stage.
But that's still quarterly. That's not the information she wanted.
Okay,
You were looking for more monthly, right?
Yeah, but I think anything at this point would help him. He could probably figure it out if we had the quarterly stuff.
And we give him the history that we have, I mean,
yeah,
for the last year, 2 years or 3 years, but. That'd be about as good as we could get for that, as far as the number of rooms and that stuff, you probably have to check
I don't know if the department, if I check with the
Oh.
Department of Revenue or,
that or check out there at the actual hotel,
yeah, to what they turn into the state.
right?
I'm not sure.
but we could
Right.
send her the quarterly ones in the history there. Sound like a plan?
Sounds good.
All right, anything else you got for us? Is that about it then?
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you, have a great day.
You too.
Anything new on EMS? Department head discussion. The only thing I seen come through for you, Dan, was the jail inspection. He came up with basically the 2 things that he's always come up with.
His wording was a little tougher on the exercise room this time than what we've seen in the past. That was the only thing I noticed, otherwise everything else went good. And we did get a call out to the casino because they had people climbing up their water tower.
Okay, well, we just discussed it.
Yeah, no, the one by the casino.
Oh,
That one was a little more obvious, so maybe they wouldn't do it. So people are that dumb too.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
but by the time my people got out there, they already got them down and their security got them out of there, so I thought that was a little ironic.
But yeah, that had the nice balcony, kind of like that
Mhm.
70s show.
Yeah. Trying to get up, that's probably what they're trying to do. They're just breaking.
Why would you do anything out in the seventh season, you know, there's 600 cameras.
I know. Well,
Not
more than
right.
likely, there was something involved.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay, yes, that's interesting.
That takes some effort, cause that's a little ways off of the ground,
Like I said, you can get 1 or 2 guys booked up there, you know, it
Yeah.
takes
There's
one
not a
to go
fence
tower.
or a vehicle or something.
Just the ladder to get to the ladder is probably 8 or 10 feet up, you gotta have a ladder to get to the ladder, and then you can climb to the top.
Then the fence on it.
They might have
Shouldn't have to.
liability, electric fence,
Liability, yeah.
Barbed wire.
cheaper, a lot cheaper than chain link.
Oh, if they're gonna razor wire later.
Always something.
Yep.
Anybody else in the departments?
I do have an office full of UPSs. So if you visit me, there won't be much room, but so I'm gonna try to be getting those out, and put into people's desks. From that, the earlier thing that we did with the safety.
Supervisor weekly reports, AJ?
I had Nighthawk Wednesday and. Year and a half later, we're finally starting to get some new buses coming in. I think we approved, to buy 8 of them. But we've got 2 that actually have come in now and the rest are almost to the finish point, so they'll be coming in gradually over the next few months. And budget's down there starting to get tight with the way expenses and cost of living and wages, and everything has gone up, so we're gonna have to really start cracking down on the budget here the next year, so. And then, Thursday I went to the World Economic Development Summit down in Mason City. Actually a really good turnout. I don't know if they made their 700 people, but there was 300 to 400 in there probably, so. Some good speakers, a little difficult to hear, a little echoey, but. That Dr. David Cole, very good speaker. And then, some local people. As well as Debbie Durham and Teresa Greenfield, so there's a lot of good information out there and it was a good networking thing, there's a lot of local bankers and business people down there, so. Good, well, that's pretty good, well, I hope they'll have another one, but maybe just a little bit of locations. And also I was asked to speak in a forum. Down at, for IADAG down in Des Moines in October, they're doing a panel discussion with, how to communicate. Economic development, how to communicate between your city and your county officials, so there's gonna be another Butler County supervisor and a, city. Administrator from Manning, I believe, all part of this, so, a day and a half, 2-day conference down in Des Moines in October, so we'll go out to that and participate, so.
Good.
And,
I went to Ashley Henson's town hall meeting. That was really good. I liked her because she's down to earth and she was looking out for the people. Other than that, I did send you guys an email about Ryan's vacation and that his wife is gonna take over the duties for those 2 weeks at the week of September 4th and September 11th, everybody. So. That's all I had. Next week's agenda items. Anybody see anything on there that
Mr. August.
we're good there?
I think so. That engineers report, that's just during our regular meeting for DD 14, right?
Mhm. Yeah, I guess there was enough to it that he's actually gonna come and talk through it with you guys.
Got it figured out, I know he's been trying to figure out different ways and different, sort it out a little bit differently, so. Okay, that's good.
Okay. If there's not any changes there, I will take a motion to adjourn.
so moved.
Second,
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
right.
Aye. Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned.